Hey, this is Joel here for Total Sports Network with Jamie Moore. All my years in boxing, somehow this is the first time interviewing you, so it's a pleasure to be joined by yourself today. How are you? How's things, Jamie?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
Yeah, so obviously Co-op Arena, Co-op Live they call it. I've just been inside there. It looks like it's going to be loud on August 24th. What an arena this is.
Yeah, amazing place, and what a privilege to be the first boxing event here. So it's great to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Jack's been on a journey with you guys. It seems like he's really peaking at the moment.
Yeah, he's in the form of his life. He's 31 now, and he's still fresh because he had a lot of inactivity in his career, which at the time wasn't ideal, but probably in the long run he's going to stand him in better stead because there's not a lot of miles on the clock, but he's also been in the gym all the time, so his body's sort of healthy and is always in condition. Yeah. And now he's got momentum in terms from a fighting point of view at the highest level. Yeah. So you probably couldn't ask for it to have felt any better in terms of the way it's come around. Yeah. And these fights are probably coming at the best possible time for him.
Yeah, just talk to me. I spoke to Jack about the belief you have in him. You mentioned there at the press conference about, I wouldn't have put him in this fight when there's a world title at stake if I didn't believe in him. It feels like you two, you just have that chemistry.
Yeah, because I've always believed in him, and I'm on record sort of 3 or 4 years ago saying he's the best 140 fighter in the world, and people was looking at me like I was mad. And I said, listen, I understand that you don't understand how good he is because no one's seen it yet, but I see him every day, and I've been around this sport for 28 years, and I see the commitment and dedication he puts in and how good he is. So just because he hasn't been able to show it and perform it doesn't mean he isn't or can't be. And I've always believed that one day people would go, I understand where your confidence came from now, and I'm just glad for him that all the things what we've believed in and the ideas and the dreams what he's had is all coming to fruition. Yeah,
you would have heard me ask Regis at the end of the press conference as well. He believes there is a gap between the pair. It feels like a lot of British fans know the levels, but he feels like
listen, I get that, but Josh Taylor did. Josh Taylor felt like there was a big gap, and rightly so, because there comes a point in time all the time in a fighter's career where they get to the point and they have to step up. And they either step up or they don't. And Jack stepped up. Yeah. And it was his coming out party, so to speak. Everyone thought he beat Josh, but he didn't get the decision. Yeah. And then we've had the process of what happened since. But he's had some good wins, some good experience along the way. Foley, then Linares, then he's beat Josh, and now people are understanding how good he can be. Yeah. So now we have to sort of keep proving it. And we didn't want him to have a tread the water type fight because it doesn't do anybody any good. That's right. And for Jack to perform at his best, he has to be against somebody who was going to bring it out of him. And Regis is certainly that calibre, and that was the reason why we went with it. Yeah, for sure. It's a great fight. I don't want to stick on what happened at the press conference too much because I know the response is going to be August 24th is all that matters, right? But it is odd how consistently people seem to think that there's such a wide gap. I thought it was strange. I don't know what you think about it. In the fight? Yeah, the Evan and obviously and Regis believe there's such a big gap between the pair. I think yeah. No, listen, have you ever heard anybody at a presser or talk about a fight what's coming up where they say they believe they're going to get beat or they believe the guy's on their level? It never happens. He's always going to say that. I get it, I understand. Part of it as a fighter is getting your mindset to the point where you are telling yourself he's not on my level. Yeah. And they have to believe it. He's part of the process. He said a little bit like the law of attraction. You sort of, what you put out there, you get back. I get it, I know what he's doing, but nobody's got such a strong mindset as Jack Catterall. Yeah. So regardless of how much he believes, the reality is going to hit him on the 24th of August, how good Jack is. And there's always going to be respect there for Regis. I've got massive amount of respect for him. I've watched his fight about 20 times with Josh Taylor, and you can toss a coin to see who wins that fight. There's nothing in it, and the amount of balls he's shown in that fight, he's a tough man. But Jack Catterall's a special fighter. 100%. Where do we see him going after this? Obviously, talks of a world title. You would have spoken with Eddie about what's going to happen next as well. Fingers crossed, Tiafimo or Paro. Any of them guys whoever's got the world title, whoever's willing to fight Jack, wherever it's going to be Australia, if it's going to be America, if it's going to be Saudi, if it's going to be over there, we don't care. Get him a world title shot.
What did you make of Tio's fight? Did you watch the one?
I've seen the highlights. I've not seen the whole fight. It was a little bit flat, but hence the reason why we've took the Prograis fight, because those tick-over fights where you don't feel threatened can be the worst type of fights. So that's why we needed a fight like this for Jack, because he's so close to his goal. We can't afford any slip-ups.
That would be incredible to go Josh Taylor, Prograis, and then
straight into a world title
to
fight.
Teofimo.
It's a credible resume, and it's one where even to be respected by your peers is the ultimate respect. And boxers and coaches and managers around the world will look at Jack's resume in another 2 or 3 fights and go, shit, put some respect on his name.
Is that a northern thing, resume? I thought it was resume.
The resume, that's what it's called, isn't it?
Is it?
Resume.
I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, you're right.
Maybe it's a Salford thing, I don't know.
Yeah. Just how would a fight with him and Tio go? That's an interesting fight.
Jack Catterall wins.
It's a cracker.
He's a hybrid. He finds a way to win regardless. And Teofimo's a phenomenal fighter. He's been around the block so many times and he's had so many great wins. But Jack Catterall beats him. I've so much confidence in Jack.
Love the belief. Jamie, appreciate your time.
Thank you, mate.